So this week, Donald Trump and his buddies continue to hurt everyday Americans whilst benefiting billionaires. Now Republicans are actually speaking out publicly because what they're doing is wrong. Have a look at Senator Murkowski from Alaska as she comments on this.
And so when people suggest that federal dollars go to one of our 50 states in a, quote, bailout, I find that offensive. I advocated for my state's interests. I will continue to do that, and I will make no excuses for doing that. Do I like this bill? No, because I tried to take care of Alaska's interests. But I know that in many parts of the country, there are Americans that are not going to be advantaged by this bill. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that we moved through an artificial deadline, an artificial timeline, to produce something, to meet a deadline, rather than to actually try to produce the best bill for the country. But when I saw the direction that this is going, you can either say, I don't like it, not try to help my state, or you can roll up your sleeves.
So that's sort of the culture that we're in, right? Is effectively Trump's made it so that we're all fighting each other. I guess some people, well, I guess they didn't negotiate well, so they get hurt. And me in Alaska, oh, well, I got stuff for my state, but am I happy about hurting other people? Well, I got stuff for my state. I mean, that's the sort of greed, individualism culture that Trump is promoting, right? Hurt other people, benefit yourself, and it's not sustainable. There's no way to run a nation, run a country. Murkowski laments agonizing process to yes, right? She did vote yes for it, even though she's acting like she's all upset, but she admits that it's hurting a lot of people, right? This is from CNBC. GOP Senator Murkowski cast crucial vote in Trump's MAGA bill after getting carve out. And effectively what they were doing here is they said, hey, okay, well, your state doesn't have to follow the same rules as other states, right? Says, but before she voted yes, the senator secured a key carve out for her state, exempting Alaska from strict new food stamp rules for 2 years. So again, everyone else has to follow the rules. Other people are going to get hurt from Trump's stuff. But hey, you saved Alaska. Congratulations. This is what the poll numbers are saying regards to regular Americans, what they think about the bill.
How about awful, horrible, and to quote our dear friend, Mr. Sir Charles Barkley, terrible, terrible, terrible. What are we talking about here? Well, why don't we take a look at the big, beautiful bill? I got five, not just four, 5 different polls across the screen for you. This is the net favorable rating. The highest rating comes from the Washington Post at minus 19 points. How about Pew, minus 20 points? How about Fox, minus 21? Quinnipiac, minus 26. And KFF takes the cake at minus 29 points. When you have a bill whose net favorable rating ranges from minus 19 points, which is already terrible, all the way to minus 29 points, the bottom line is the American people don't see this as a big, beautiful bill. They see it as a big, bad bill. They hate it, hate it, hate it. They think it's awful, awful, awful.
So basically, Americans don't like what Trump is doing. Republican senators like, hey, I know what we're doing is wrong, but I got mine for Alaska. This is a bad way to run a country. And I just want to make it as clear as possible who these people are. Trump is now celebrating building more prisons and basically talking about, hey, but we're in prime time and wow, it's a TV show, right? That's essentially what he's doing. It's a reality TV show run by a reality TV moron here. Watch what they do when they find out the bill is passed.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Thank you. I'm waiting, listening to these wonderful words, and they are music to my ears, but I was also wondering how we're doing, because I know this is prime time. It shows that I care about you because I'm here and I probably should be there, but we do care.
See, and that's how he talks. I wonder how we're doing. This is prime time. He's always worried about the ratings, right? For him, it's all about the TV ratings. Are people watching? Am I creating drama, etc.? And I guess these days to distract people, right? You build this Alligator Alcatraz thing here. You go down there for the photo op, And it's to distract everyone now so that you're all talking about this, and you're forgetting about your health care, and you're forgetting that they're, cutting services for things that people need, that they're cutting food, right? They just want you to focus on their stupid prison. They send their social media people down. So this is Benny Johnson. And it was interesting because effectively he got all of the inside coverage. You can see what this, prison facility is like. I mean, it's inhumane. I mean, you guys can see it. It's very few bathrooms. They're putting people in cages, and they're celebrating this stuff. So, yes, it's completely deplorable. I just want to make sure that that's clear. But I also want to make sure it's clear that, remember, Trump wants you to be talking about this and not talking about the numerous scams that he's pulling, be it his crypto scam. Now he's selling a perfume fragrance, his shoes, Bibles, whatever. His kids are trying to sell you Trump Mobile. Like, there's all sorts of things that they're doing to distract you, right? And then they want to send the country into more national debt. This is the thing that they're building down there in Florida. You guys can see this. It's horrible. And, then you got these people like Benny Johnson who are celebrating it. Watch this.
I just want everyone to know that there's official Alligator Alcatraz merch. There it is, provided to us by the state of Florida. Incredible. And yeah, would you rock this drip? Look at that.
So he's celebrating this Alcatraz, right, merch, like prison merchandise, where if you understand this thing, they are using FEMA funds to build this thing. And then they have states out there who are like, hey, we just got hit by a natural disaster. Can you help us out here, right? And it's like, oh, I'm sorry. We spent all the money on building this prison to distract you so that Trump could run his scams. This is why you want to pay attention to this stuff. These people are shameless. Like, it doesn't matter how much money that there is in the world. It's not worth selling your soul. And I understand from Benny Johnson's point of view and Karen Levitt, wow, Trump's gonna benefit me and lots of money and but it's not worth selling your soul, guys. That's why we have these conversations. I want to make it really clear. It's not the world that I want to live in. I don't celebrate, building these things, putting people in cages. These people are sick. And now they're talking about arresting political opponents. This is Trump talking about arresting the mayoral candidate in New York City, Zoran. Have a listen to what he has to say here.
Mr. President, your beloved New York City may well be led by a communist soon, Zoran Mandami, who in his nomination speech said he will defy ICE and will not allow ICE to arrest criminal aliens in New York City. Your message to communist Zoran Mandami.
Well, then we'll have to arrest him. Look, we don't need a communist in this country, but if we have one, I'm going to be watching over him very carefully on behalf of...
So what they do is they try to scare everyone. Oh, he's a communist. Oh, he wants people to have affordable health care and affordable public transportation. Oh, how could we possibly have that? And it's this... the way this whole thing works is the Trump people, they want to make sure that you're uneducated. They want to make sure that you're uninformed. They basically want to lie to you. They feed out all of their misinformation on social media. This Benny Johnson guy, if you guys don't know, him and his buddies were investigated for taking Russian money to promote Russian stuff. They're going to claim that they're, quote, victims, right? Victims who get money. They get money, right? Not stole money, get money from, again, Russian. It says U.S. conservative influencers say they are, quote, victims of Russian disinformation campaign. Tim Pool, Dave Rubin, Benny Johnson. I've made videos on this subject before, but I just want you to understand who Trump is using to promote his insane policies to, again, arresting all of these people, cutting services that you need, and they're celebrating it, right? This is the White House people, and they tweeting out more of this Alligator Alcatraz. There's alligators and ice hats. Now we're also talking about arresting reporters. Take a look at this. This is Noam.
And Madam Secretary, CNN yesterday pushed an app that lets you track where ICE agents are. Tom Homan was saying that perhaps CNN should be prosecuted for that. That's obstruction of law enforcement. Your response?
Yeah, we're working with the Department of Justice to see if we can prosecute them for that, because what they're doing is actively encouraging people to avoid law enforcement activities, operations, and we're going to actually go after them and prosecute them with the partnership of Pam if we can, because...
So they're talking about they want to use Pam Bondi and Noam. They're going to try to go after reporters that report things that they don't like, right? And I just want you to know is that not everyone is a Trumper. Not everyone is about, hey, let's arrest all of our opponents every day. Let's, figure out ways to hurt Americans as much as we can in favor of billionaires. Not everyone's like that. This is what Zoran says in response. He says, my statement on Donald Trump's threat to deport me and his praise of Eric Adams, who the president, quote, helped out of legal accountability. The president of the United States just threatened to have me arrested, stripped of my citizenship, put in a detention camp, and deported. Not because I have broken any law, but because I refuse to let ICE terrorize our city. His statements don't just represent an attack on our democracy, but an attempt to send a message to every New Yorker who refuses to hide in the shadows. If you speak up, they will come for you. We will not accept this intimidation. So I just want you guys to know that not everyone is a Trumper out there, but you do need to be aware of what these Trump people are up to, because frankly, it's awful. It's getting worse. And the only way that they can continue this stuff is they keep people uninformed. That's why I have to tell you exactly what they're doing. The Republicans behind closed doors know what's going on is awful. And effectively, Trump's created this sort of Hunger Games kind of world where we all kill each other because, oh, well, I get benefit, you don't, right? That's the world that they want. They want this Hunger Games, Squid Game kind of competition thing. But I'm just telling you guys, it doesn't have to be like that. You can live like the rest of the civilized world and say, hey, what if we just take care of everyone? What if we do things fairly? But no, that's not what the world that Trump wants. Trump wants a world where we cut services to everyday Americans in favor of billionaires. So I want to hear your thoughts on this. I do appreciate your time, and I'll catch you in the next video.